Hi, Mo. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good. I guess we'll start with an easy question that I'm sure you just answered with Big Ten, but how does it feel to be the Big Ten running back of the year?
It's still I'm still kind of shocked right now. I just found out like a few minutes ago, so I'm still settling in with the fact that they gave me that award. But the first thing I did was talk to my line, my tight ends, and my wide receivers just to say thank you for everything that they done. Because I couldn't do it by myself. I'm not the fastest, I'm not the strongest, but with them, we work together and we get the job done. So I had to thank them first.
You didn't mention Tanner. Is he out of the thank yous?
So the first time when I first figured it out, Tanner said that he was going to start taking the ball from me. So we joked about that for a little bit, but I thank Tanner too. Without him making the right calls and stuff, so Tanner can get some love too.
So, what did it mean to you, Mo, to see some of those O line guys get honored too, like Olson, Andrews, Schmitz? I think Schluter, just to see them also get some Big Ten honors and some recognition for their work too.
Yeah, I think everybody on the line got some type of award. So that just speak loud to how people think about us, our O line, how they play, and the job that we get done on the offensive as a whole offensive unit. So it's nice that we're being recognized, but that's not why we play the game. We play the game to win and get better each day. So each day we're getting better and better. So that's how I look at it.
Mo, what was your, reaction when you found out you'd be playing Wisconsin this week, and how much? I assume you watched a little bit of the film from 2018 in preparation. How much does that sort of make you smile about that game 2 years ago?
Yeah. It was rumors going on after the game got canceled that they might do this, reschedule them for this championship week. So we was hoping and praying for it. And then when we finally got the news on Sunday, we was all excited just to have the opportunity to play for that Axe again. That's something that that's a game that we circle every year, knowing that it's going to be a big one from both sides. We're going to play our best ball from both sides, so that's pretty fun. And then going back and watching 2 years ago, you can see the growth that we made as a unit, me and Bryce, as a running back room, watching that game. We wish we could take some runs back, but just knowing that the result came out as the one that we wanted was pretty fun. So, we all get memories watching that game. But then again, you can't forget about what happened last year as well when watching the film. Seeing things that they have done last year, we know that we gotta, do things better this year.
Mo, if you could take us back to that game 2 years ago, when you can make the trip back home and you see everybody that's at the facility celebrating, and just a historic win for this program. What did that tell you as somebody who's not from Minnesota about this rivalry?
Yeah, definitely. So we bust to Wisconsin that year. So we was on the bus for like 3 hours, and then we seen a tweet go out saying that the fans can come to the facility. We didn't know how many people was going to pop up, but once we got off the bus and we seen that the indoor was, halfway to 3/4 filled, that was pretty amazing. That actually put in perspective how big this game actually is and what it means to the whole state of Minnesota. So that was an eye opener and made me really understand how big this game is for the whole state of Minnesota.
Hi, Mo. PJ has talked about how impressed he was with your work as a freshman in the scout team. You take us back to that year and how difficult that was and what you learned from that season?
Yeah. So coming out of high school, you're on top of the world, thinking that, you're going to be playing in the Big Ten and stuff like that. So, it was very humbling for me to go to scout team, from being the best player to being on the scout team, but understanding that, that's your role for that year and that you have to grow from it. So I looked at it each week as me going against the number one defense. And that's how I looked at it. I didn't look at it as a downgrade anymore. I looked at it as a growing opportunity. So, you know, going out there, going against people like Duke, John Celestine, and Steven Richardson, you know, I got better and better. You know, it was days where it was hard, but at the end of the day, you got to understand that you're helping the team out, giving them great looks, helping yourself. And then I seen the benefits. So we do like these Gopher periods on Sundays after the games. I seen the benefits then, and I knew that I was doing the right thing and that I was helping myself and helping the team. So I just put my head down and kept on working. And then at the end of the year, I got offensive scout team player of the year, something like that. So, you know, it was a learning opportunity, but it worked out a lot for me.
Mo, I wanted to ask you about Boye. Have you seen him in his Nigerian authentic clothing, and have you learned about his culture that way?
Yeah. And when I first met him, he was different. I talked to him and we started getting very, very close. Me, him, and Asezi. They taught me a lot of things about their culture, and it put in perspective like how different we grew up and stuff like that. So it was fun just learning about it. I even got some food out of it. So I definitely be going over his house more.
What kind of food? Spill the deets.
Jollof rice, and it's like some soup rice too. He gave me some for Thanksgiving, so it was different, but I liked it though. So I'm gonna start hitting his mom up some more.
Nice. Mo, I also wanted to ask you, I know you're tight with the O-line, obviously.
Yeah.
How have you seen guys like Schluter and Olsen, the kind of seniors on that line? It's been a weird year to be a senior, right? And I know that there's options to, you know, come back next year potentially. Maybe those decisions are made or maybe not yet. But they didn't have a senior day. They didn't have the kind of typical last hurrah that maybe they kind of were looking forward to. I don't know. How have you seen those two guys kind of weather just the weirdness of this being a potential final year?
I've seen it in their leadership. You know, they don't really, you know, that's not something they really talk about much. You know, when they went down and wasn't able to play and stuff like that, you know, when people went down around them, they stepped up and you know, led with their actions and got more vocal when they had to play with some freshmen out there. So their legacy is what they do every day, basically. So you know, the seniors, all the seniors this year, if they decide to come back or to stay, you know, their legacy is what they do day to day.
Mo, last week, how much pain were you playing through there to finish the game, and how are you feeling now, and how much pride did you take again in kind of having that last drive where you never gave the football back, and then the slide and not the touchdown?
Okay, so the pain, I wouldn't say I was in pain. I would say I was very uncomfortable. Just playing with different equipment pieces and understanding what I can and cannot do with certain pieces. You know, that was the hardest thing. But realizing the game plan and understanding what plays we were trying to run, I was able to switch up my equipment to fit that. So by the time the end of the game came, I know it took forever, but by the time the end of the game came, I was comfortable what I was in, and I was able to finish the game. But going back to that last drive, understanding the game and the situation that we was in, you know, we was in that situation a lot this year. 2 times we wasn't able to finish the game. So that's something that we emphasized a lot these last 2 or 3 weeks. So when the time came, I understood that, one, I had to keep the clock running. So I think like 2 or 3 plays before that, it was a play where I could go outside and go out of bounds, and I fell down. And I might have gained like 1 yard or got back to the line of scrimmage. And then they called a timeout, and we went to the sideline and we just discussed what situation we was in. And we call it downtime. It's something that we go over every Thursday and Friday, where we can only lose the game if we give them the ball back. So just understanding where the first down was and understanding that, you know, I am close to the end zone if the defense try to let me go in, or once I clearly get the first down, go right down. It was tempting, but I knew that I had to do that for the team. You know, that slide just solidified the game and just put the game away for us, so we don't have to worry about anything else. So yeah.
And how you feeling now? Are you feeling kind of through it a little bit, or still sore?
I felt good. It wasn't like a pain type of thing. It was just being comfortable in what equipment piece I was in. That was the biggest thing. But I feel good. I'm 100%. I'm healthy. I just got to play with my equipment a little bit.
Has Rodney Smith reached out about passing him on single season touchdowns?
Yeah, he literally just texted me before I came into the Big Ten meeting. Well, he shouted me out online, and then he called me 2 or 3 times. So I didn't answer it, but I know he got something to say about it.
Hey Mo, this year doesn't count towards the eligibility, obviously, but you've created quite the opportunity for yourself possibly to take your game to the next level a little bit early. Have you thought at all about the NFL? Obviously, if that's something you do end up doing, the game on Saturday could hold a big difference in what it does if you come back. So tell us a little bit about that.
I'm not thinking about it right now. Right now, I'm thinking about, just this Wisconsin week. But it never ran through my mind to leave early. I still don't got my degree yet, and that's the first thing. First things first. So it hasn't crossed my mind yet. So as of right now, I'm staying.
We have any more questions for Mohamed?
Mohamed, you talked about that game 2 years ago, and then maybe some unfinished business from last year. What do you see this year from this Wisconsin team? What will you guys need to key in on?
They're still one of the top defenses still. These last few weeks, it might not show it with the record, but their rush defense is probably the top in the Big Ten, top 10 in the nation. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up rushing touchdowns. So we have to put a good game plan together just to go attack them. Because we know what they're going to do. They play a basic defense. They do the same things. So just understanding who they are, who we are, and just know that it's a rival game. So everybody's going to be playing 10 times more faster and smarter.
Any last questions, or everyone all set? All right, Mohamed, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.